I stopped at a place called Thrift and Dollar this weekend in the city of Aurora, Illinois. Aurora, in my mind, is best known for being the main setting of the movie Wayne's World. It's a suburb of Chicago. Excellent. Some of you might get that reference, others are going to be lost on it. In any case, it's a great movie. And yeah, I didn't see any Wayne's World references while we were there, but I found a box fan. And this was one of those cases where we were on a kind of a tight schedule with the stuff that we had planned, and I was asked if there was any special stops that I wanted to make while we were there. So I picked out this place, and there was a surprising amount of inventory there. It was a pretty good sized store, lots of stuff there, especially furniture, but all the aisles were pretty well packed with stuff. I could have easily spent 2 or 3 hours in this place, but I only had 15 or 20 minutes, so just kind of quickly went up and down the aisles, and when I thought I was done, I got back up towards the front of the store and we were about to leave, and I was just really surprised that I hadn't come across any fans. I came across a few, maybe 7 to 10 or so space heater fans, and I found a pretty cool Honeywell space heater. It was the Pro Series, which I've seen before, but those were plastic, the ones that I'd seen previously. This one was all metal, and I probably would have bought it, except that it was a little rustier than I would like it to be if I was actually going to use it, and the price on it was kind of high, but I took a picture of it. So I found that, and there was also a little section up towards the front of the store that had some collectible antique stuff, and there was a few like 1940s desk fans up there. I kind of wish I would have taken a picture of those too, but I didn't really even think about it. But as I was about to leave, it just really wasn't sitting very well with me that I hadn't found any fans. It just didn't really make sense with all the other stuff that they had there. It just seemed like there should have been a pile of like crappy 90s desk fans there somewhere, just Holmes fans or Duracraft, or you can imagine the fans that I'm talking about that you would expect to see, but I didn't see anything like that. There was one old Windmere 12-inch fan that they had up by the checkout area that was not for sale. It was one that they were using, but I decided to go back through the store because it just didn't make sense that I didn't see any fans. So I found one aisle that I missed on the first time around, and about halfway down that aisle I looked down and I saw this fan sitting on the floor, and this was the only fan that I found that was for sale, which still shocks me. I think if I spent more time there, I think I probably would have found the kind of fans that I'm looking for, or that I would expect to see there, but I'm glad I came across this one. Had I not taken the second trip back around, I would have walked out of that place without seeing this. It's a Dayton by Lakewood, obviously, 20-inch box fan. What's kind of odd about it to me is that it has the square corners, but it has what I think is a 3rd generation blade on it. So, going by the cabinet, I would think that this was probably from the 70s, but going by the blade, I would say that this is probably from the mid 80s sometime. Not really sure. I would guess mid 80s, just partly because this badge logo here is the same as another fan that I have, coincidentally, right here, that I know is from the mid 80s. So yeah, I would say 85 or 86. It has a 3-wire cord. There's no logo on the speed selector sticker. There's a couple of odd things about this. Well, not so odd was the price. It was $12, which seems pretty reasonable. I'm sure there are people who would tell me I paid too much, and there are people who would tell me that that was a really good deal. I think the price is probably right for it, considering how dirty it is and the amount of labor it's going to take to get this thing cleaned up and into any kind of decent shape, if it even works. I haven't tested it out. I don't know if they test their fans and stuff there before they put them out. I kind of doubt it. And they didn't tell me anything like they would at Goodwill, like I have 3 days to return it if it doesn't work, or whatever the policy is. There was no mention of anything like that, so I don't know. I hope it works. But yeah, a couple of odd things about this. It's got arrows drawn on the top of the cabinet, like, I guess directing the direction of the airflow, maybe, in case they forget. And I don't know what's up with this green stuff. It's got like this green like felt or like turf tape all over the top of it. I have no idea what that's about, but it's all over the top edge. I don't know, maybe they use this at a miniature golf course or something. And here's the plug. So let's take a look at the motor, and it's super dirty. It's pretty well clogged up with dog hair or cat hair or something. It's pretty gross. Suddenly I don't have a very good feeling about this. I don't think it's gonna run very well, if it runs at all. We're gonna find out. The back grill looks pretty good though. I don't see any broken slats on the back. There was a few on the front. Another weird thing is the cord comes out the side, whereas on the Lakewood fans it would usually come out the back. But yeah, there's a few broken slats here. All right, now I'm sweating a little bit after seeing how packed that motor was with stuff. Let's get this thing plugged in and see what happens. And we'll go ahead and start it on high speed. Oh no. You gotta be kidding me. Let's try. Oh, it's drawing power. That's a good sign. Let's turn it around. I wonder if it hums. I didn't hear anything, but let's see if we can hear it. There is a little bit of a hum there. Okay. Well, I guess that means that the bearings are probably seized up. So, well, I got a screwdriver right here. I think that'll be plenty long enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's real stiff. Bearings are pretty tight. It's not one to turn very easy at all. It's moving a little bit, I guess. Okay. Well, it hums and it's drawing power, but it's not moving. So I think what I'm going to do is remove the guards and try to get a little bit of oil in there and get the blade to turn just enough so we can run it a little bit for the video, see if it'll actually run, and maybe we can end the video on a positive footing. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so I vacuumed out the back of the motor and got most of the hair out of it. Then I just pulled the blade off, and I don't know what to say about that. But next step is going to be getting this cleaned out and then trying to get some oil into the front bearing. Okay, well, I think that red stuff must have been some kind of glue that they used to hold the blade on. I'm not sure, but it seemed like the blade slid on pretty easily. I'm kind of worried that it might come off actually when we run it, but if that happens, then we'll deal with it. But I just want to say that whatever that green stuff is that they put on, the green felt stuff, was really not cool to do that. I mean, that stuff is like really on there. I think it might take the paint off when that comes off, and then it's on the guards too, so that's gonna be a task, because it's not gonna just chip right off of there. So that's gonna be another situation altogether. But the blade turns now, so anyway, here's high speed. Blade has a pretty good wobble to it, probably because it's not very tight on there, I would guess. I might have to use some other kind of glue or something when I go to put it back on there in a more permanent way, but at least it works. It runs. It's gonna need some TLC for sure, but another work in progress, but we'll see how it cleans up. Here is the sticker though, model information, model 4C510/A. I still have not found a date on it, but I'm gonna roll with mid-80s, 85 or 86. Here's the Macmillan Motor sticker, but no date on there. So, and I didn't see another sticker anywhere on it. There's a stamp on the stator underneath of there, but it didn't have anything that looked like a date to me. So I don't know. Mid-80s seems about right given the blade. Kind of weird that they used the square corners cabinet though. But there it is, a Dayton Lakewood box fan. Thank you for watching.